Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now today we are going to discuss in digital measurement the variable inductance transducer and LVDT. Previously we have already discussed on different aspects of digital measurement. We have already discussed on different type of digital measuring instrument, and in the last video you know that we have discussed on different type of sensors and transducer. So in this video we are going to discuss one specific type of transducer, that is the variable inductance transducer, and one type of variable inductance transducer we are going to study very carefully and very deeply, that is the LVDT. So let's start our video. So I have already discussed about what is our previous topic. So we know about the sensor, which is an element which actually produce the signal relating to the quantity being measured. Then transducer, it is one type of sensor as well, and it also converts the energy from one source to another. Okay, basically there are four type of mechanical detector transducer elements are available, which actually shows the elastic members, mass sensing elements, then thermal detectors and hydropneumatic detectors. Now you know that transducer, they can be classified as active or passive. Then it can be also classified on the basis of output type as well as the electrical principle type. We have already discussed on the resistance transducer, which are nothing but a converter for physical quantities in form of resistance. And we have already discussed the thermistor, which is actually a resistor whose electrical resistance varies with the changing temperature. Now in this video we are going to start about the discussing on variable inductance transducer. Now in case of variable inductance transducer, it is basically based on the change in magnetic characteristics of an electrical circuit in response to a measurement, which may be displacement or velocity or acceleration. Now variable inductance transducer, they actually use the inductive effect in its operation. Various physical causes, what I have already said earlier, they actually make some effects, and it may often transform and change the material self inductance, which is labeled as L, capital L, or mutual inductance. So basically in case of inductive transducer, it is maybe in self-generating type, otherwise the passive type transducer. Now the first type, that means the self-generating type, they use the principle of fundamental electrical generator. The electric generator principle is when a motion among a conductor as well as magnetic field induces a voltage within the conductor, the motion among the conductor and the field can be supplied by transform in the measurement. Now an inductive transducer, which is actually electromechanical device, is an also electrical device which used to convert physical motion into modifying within inductance. This video, in this video we will discuss about this self-generating and passive type of inductive transducer. Now in case of inductive transducer, it actually works on the principle of inductance. Okay, now if I give an example, LVDT, what we are going to study next, it is a kind of inductive transducer which measures displacement in terms of voltage difference between two secondary voltage. Okay, in case of inductance transducer, it may be classified into four basic categories, that is the magnetic circuit transducer, where the L means the self-inductance and mutual inductance of AC excited coil is varied by its change by the magnetic circuits or flux. Basically you can see this in the measurement of pressure and displacement. Then there is the reluctance pickup, which the principle of operation is the reluctance, which is carried by the changing in the position of iron core oil, and their typical application are the measurement of pressure, displacement and vibration position. Then there is the differential transformer, what I have already discussed or already mentioned, that is LVDT, where the differential voltage of two secondary windings varied by position in the magnetic core. Okay, and the last one is by magnetic properties, which is varied by pressure and stress, the magnetostring gauge. Okay, now Basically, the variable inductive transducer may be classified in two types. One is self-generating, another is passive type, what I have said or mentioned earlier. Now, in case of self-generating type, in this type, voltage is generated because of the relative motion between a conductor and a magnetic field, and it can be classified into three types, that is the electromagnetic type, another type is the electrodynamics type, and another is the eddy current type. Okay, now in case of electromagnetic type, when a plate of iron or other ferromagnetic material is moved with respect to the magnet, the flux field expands or collapses and the voltage is induced in the coil. Okay, in case of electrodynamic type transducer, coil moves within the field of magnet. The turn of the coil are perpendicular to the intersecting line of the force. Okay, then there comes the eddy current type, when the plate of non-ferrous material is moved cutting magnetic flux lines. A voltage is induced in the coil, and by this way eddy current type of self-generating type variable inductance transducer work. In case of passive type, the motion of an object result in changes in the inductance of the coil of the transducer. It may be further classified like variable reluctance, then mutual inductance, and differential transfer type, which is actually the LVDT. Okay, now we are going to solve this problem, and the problem says a variable reluctance type proximity inductive transducer in which the coil has an inductance of 2 mH when the target made of ferromagnetic material is 1 mm away. Now you have to calculate the value of inductance when the displacement is given as 0.02. Sorry, it is not 0.002, it is 0.02 mm, which is applied to the target in a direction moving towards the core. Okay, so we have to solve this problem by considering the inductance with the air gap, and we have to consider the value of the inductance when the displacement of 0.02 mm is applied. Okay, so in this question, this is actually 0.02 mm. Okay, not 0.002. You must reconsider that. So now we are going to see how this problem is being solved. So now we are going to solve the problem, which actually it is actually a reluctance type of proximity inductive transducer. So if I draw the diagram of this problem, so this is the target iron. Okay, so this is the target iron. Okay, and here the displacements happen. Then there is the coil available over here. For this target iron, there is a certain coil like this way. Okay, so this is a core iron. This is actually the core, which is made of iron, and there is a coil over here like this way. Which is actually the output, or display, that is the output. Okay, and there is a certain air gap over here. So this is the figure of for solving this problem. Now we are going to solve. Now inductance with the air gap length of, which is given, that inductance is given, that is for air gap length, that is L equal to 2 mH. Okay, and this is for the air gap length. that is 0 point, sorry, that is 1 mm. Okay, it is given 1 mm. Now what you need to find out, the number one, that is the value of inductance when the displacement of 0.02 mm is applied. So displacement of, or displacement of 0.02 mm which is applied towards the core, that will be length of the air gap. Okay, so length of the air gap you need to find out. So displacement, length of the air gap, that means length of the air gap when the displacement is 0.02, so it will become length of the air gap after displacement, that will be 1 minus 0.02, that is 0.98 mm. Now the inductance is inversely proportional to the length of the air gap, as the reluctance of the flux path through the iron are being neglected. Okay, since the gap length decreases, the inductance increases by the gap, since the gap length decreases, inductance increased by you can say del L. Okay, so you need to find out what will be L plus del L. So L plus del L, that will be equal to 2 into 1 by this one, length of the air gap after displacement. Okay, that will be 0.98. Okay, the answer will be 2.04. So 1 by 98, 1 by 0.98, that is equal to 1.02. So 2 into 1.02, so it will be 2.04 mH. So this is your first answer, or you can find out what is the del L. Del L is the 2.04 minus 2 mm, that is 0.04 mH. Sorry, not mm, this is mH. Okay, so since the inductance, this is the inductance of the coil is 2 mH, and there is a certain displacement of 0.02 mm which is applied, and you have to find out the change of inductance, that is del L, and del L will be the 0.04 mH. Now the ratio of the change in the inductance to the original inductance, ratio with original inductance, that will be del L by L, and del L by L will be 0.04 by 2, 0.04 by 2, that will be equal to 0.02. Okay, also you have to find out the ratio of the displacement to the original gap length, that will be ratio of displacement to original gap length, that will be equal to 0.02 divided by 1, that will be 0.02. So this is the solution of this first problem. So now we are going to study on LVDT. So LVDT is nothing but a linear variable differential transformer. It is actually an absolute measuring device that converts linear displacement into an electrical signal through the principle of mutual induction. It its design and operation are relatively very simple, providing extremely high resolution in a device suitable for wide range of application and environment. Okay, now in case of LVDT, this is a sensor module implemented to transform the input vibration or mechanical motion into variable electrical signal or electrical current and voltage. Nowadays, with an increased number of sensing devices which are ready to accept the input signal and convert into the required form of energy, several factors such as precision, then utilization at its uppermost level, and percentage of accuracy plays a crucial part in the selection procedure. Now, in that case, LVDT is a very important equipment for measuring this type of displacement related issue for the digital measurement procedure. Now, in case of LVDT, the output, it is the most widely used inductive transducer, what I have already said earlier, which actually converts the linear motion into the electrical signal. Now, in case of LVDT, it is actually construct of one primary winding and two secondary winding. Okay, primary winding you can see on your right hand side photo. You can see the primary winding over the moving core, and secondary winding what is available over there. Now, these primary and secondary windings are placed on either side of the primary, mounted on the same magnetic core. The magnetic core is free to move axially inside the coil assembly, and the motion being measured is mechanically coupled to it. Okay, the two secondary S1 and S2 have equal number of turns but are connected in series. Opposition to that EMFs like E1 and E2 is induced in them, and they are 180 degree out of phase with each other, and then it cancels each other out. The primary is actually energized from a suitable AC source. Now, in case of construction, you know that basically this LVDT, both secondary wings have an equal number of turns, and we place them on either side. The primary winding is connected to the AC source, what I have already said. Now, the iron core, which is actually movable, it is a soft iron core, and it is placed inside the coil, primary coil, and the displacement is to be measured, which is connected to the iron core. Now, the LVDT is placed inside a stainless steel housing because it is provide the electrostatic and electromagnetic shielding. Both secondary windings, both of these secondary windings, they are connected in such a way that resulted output is the difference between the voltage of two windings. Now, in case of working principle, if I say the primary is connected to an AC source, so alternating current and voltage are produced in the secondary of the LVDT. Now, the output of the secondary, if we consider S1 is suppose E1, small e1, and if the secondary of S2 is small e2, then difference will be E1 minus E2. Okay, so this is actually shows how this works. Now, in case of LVDT, basically the core phenomena of the LVDT is mutual induction generated between primary and secondary windings. The mutually coupled circuit concept derives the input and output characteristics of LVDT. The output responses captured across the secondary windings will be in form of voltage matrix and measured using the net induced voltage across the secondary terminal. Okay. Now, in case of main features of construction, if I say in case of LVDT, there are some specific important point what you must understand, that in case of LVDT, when you must know that how it works. In case of the construction, the series opposed windings of the secondary coil means that when the core is at the center of the transformer, which is equidistant between two secondary coils, the induced voltage have equal amplitude, but they are out of phase 180 degree, what I have already said. when the core moves one side toward S1, suppose if you see at the bottom side figure, if the core moves to one side towards S1, for example, the secondary coil on that side become more strongly coupled to the core, causing the induced voltage E1 is so that the secondary is to be the higher than the induced voltage E2 of the opposite secondary. The differential voltage output, that means E1 minus E2, determines the amount of movement. The induced voltage E1 is the first secondary coil is in phase with the primary voltage, indicating the direction of movement. Conversely, when the core moves to the other side of the transformer, the induced voltage E2 of the secondary coil is out of phase with the primary voltage, indicating the movement of the opposite direction. The output of the LVDT is a direct and linear function of the input across its specified measuring range. Although linearity falls off as the core reaches or exceeds the end of its range. However, it is possible to use an LVDT beyond its specific range, in some cases with a predefined table or polynomial function to compensate for the non-linearity. Now we can discuss three cases, basic cases, according to the location of the core, which explains the working of LVDT. Now, case 1, if we consider when the core is at null position, suppose no displacement, then the flux linking with both secondary winding is equal. So induced EMF is equal to both windings. So for no displacement of the value of output E output will be 0, as E1 and E2 both are equal. So it shows no displacement took place. Okay. Then case 2, when the core is moving to upward of null position, for displacement upward of, suppose consider displacement to the upward as a reference. Okay. In this case, the flux linking with the secondary winding S1, okay, suppose the upper portion is S1, suppose this is S1 and this is S2. Okay, if it is moving upward, this core is moving upward, then what happens? The flux linking with the secondary windings S1 is more as the compared to the flux linking with S2. Due to this, E1 will be more as of the E2. Due to this output, E output will be the positive. So for S1 it will be E1 and S2 it will be E2, and difference will be E1 minus E2. And when case 3, we are considering the case 3 when the core is moved to downward of the null position, that means the S2 position. At that time what happens? The magnitude of E2 will be more as that of E1. Due to this, output E output will be negative and shows the output to downwards as a reference point. Okay. So if we consider the output versus core displacement curve, then it will show a linear curve which shows the output voltage varies linearly with the displacement of core. Now, the most important point about magnitude and the sign of the voltage induced in LVDT, you can say that the amount of change in voltage, either negative or positive, is proportional to the amount of movement of the core, and the indicates the amount of linear motion. Then the next one, you can say that by nothing the output voltage is increasing or decreasing, the direction of the motion can be determined. And the last one, you can say that output of the voltage of an LVDT is linear function of the core displacement. So it is a very simple design and very simple digital measuring instrument. Okay, so now we are coming to the advantages of LVDT. So first advantage is the high range. The LVDT have a very high range for measurement of displacement, and they can use for measurement of displacement ranging from suppose 1.25 mm to 250 mm. Then number 2 is the no frictional loss. As the core move inside a hollow form, so there is no loss of displacement input as a frictional loss, so it makes LVDT as a very accurate device. Then number 3 is the high input and high sensitivity, which actually the output of the LVDT is so high that it doesn't need any amplification. The transducer processes a high sensitivity, which typically about 40 volt per mm. Okay. Then low hysteresis. LVDT actually shows a low hysteresis, and hence it is capability, repeatability is very excellent under any condition. And another important point is low power consumption, which is about 1 watt, which is very less as compared to other transducer. Then the last one, we can say that direct conversion to the electrical signal, as it convert directly the linear displacement to the electrical voltage, which is a very easy process. Apart from these advantages, there are also some disadvantages, which actually indicates that LVDT is sensitive to stray magnetic fields, so it always requires a setup to protect them from magnetic fields. Okay, then LVDT it also get affected by vibration and temperature. So you must take care of all of these points when you are using any LVDT during any measurement. Okay, so this actually concludes that they are advantages as compared that any other inductive transducer. In case of application, what we can see that we use LVDT in the application where displacement is to be measured are ranging from a fraction of millimeter to few centimeter. The LVDT acting as a primary transducer which converts the displacement to electrical signal directly. And LVDT can also use as a secondary transducer like the Gordon tube, which acts as a primary transducer and it converts pressure into linear displacement. Then LVDT can convert that displacement into electrical signal, which can be calibrated, and after the calibration it gives the reading of the pressured fluid. Okay, now we are going to solve another problem. The problem says that in case of a LVDT linear voltage differential transformer, the output voltage is 1.8 volt and which is at a maximum displacement. Okay, at a certain load, the deviation from the linearity is maximum and it is plus minus 0.0045 volt from a straight line through the origin. Now you have to find the linearity at the given load. Now we will see how this problem is being solved. Now we are going to solve the second problem, which is based on LVDT. So it is given the output voltage of LVDT at maximum displacement. The output voltage of LVDT at max displacement, that is given as 1.8 volt. Okay, now the deviation from a straight line through the origin, that is given, deviation is given as plus minus 0.0045 volt. So you have to find out the percentage of linearity. Then the percentage of linearity, that is plus minus the deviation from the straight line, deviation is 0.0045 by the output voltage of LVDT at maximum displacement, that is 1.8 into 100. So answer will be 0.0045 divided by 1.8, that will be 22.5 into 10 to the power minus 3, 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, that will be in form of plus minus. This is the percentage of linearity. So this is the solution of this problem. So percentage of linearity, that is equal to plus minus 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3%. Now we are going to solve the next problem and see what the next problem says. Another problem is there which actually shows the output of an LVDT is connected to a 4 volt voltmeter through an amplifier whose amplification factor is 500. Okay, an output of 1.8 volt appears across the terminals of LVDT when the core moves through a distance of 0.6 mm. If the millivoltmeter scale has 100 divisions and the scale can be read to one fourth of a division, then calculate the sensitivity and resolution in mm. Okay, so in case of this problem, we have to solve the sensitivity and resolution. You know that the sensitivity can be found out by the output voltage and displacement ratio. Then sensitivity of the measurement, it also being found out by the amplification factor into the sensitivity. Okay, so by using this amplification factor, we can get the actual sensitivity of the measurement. So we'll see how this problem is being solved. Now for this problem, firstly you have to find out the sensitivity of the LVDT. So sensitivity of LVDT, that is equal to output voltage by displacement. Output voltage means 1.8 by displacement is 0.6. So answer will be 3 mV per mm. Okay, now we have to find, you have found out the sensitivity of LVDT. Now we have to find out the resolution. Now first, for finding out the resolution, first you have to find out the sensitivity of measurement. So sensitivity of measurement, that is equal to the amplification factor into sensitivity of LVDT. Okay, so this will be amplification factor, that is given 500 into 3, that will be equal to 1500 mV per mm. Okay, now we are going to see that the millivoltmeter scale has 100 division and the scale can be read to 1/4 of a division. So one scale division will be that will be 4/100 volt. 4/100 volt, that means if I say 4/100 volt, that is 0.04 volt, or you can say 40 millivolt. Okay, then minimum voltage that can be read on the voltmeter, that will be minimum voltage in voltmeter, that will be again 1/4 of 40, that will be 10 millivolt. Okay, then resolution will be of the instrument will be 10, that means the minimum voltage into the 1/15,000, that means the minimum measuring input, minimum measuring output by the sensitivity of the measurement, that will be 10/1500. It will be 6.67 into 10 to the power -3 mm. Okay, so this is the solution of the third problem. Coming to the summary part, that means end of the video. So we know from this video that variable inductance transducer, which is one type of very important transducer which uses the inductive effect in case of its operation. Various physical causes like pressure, displacement, force, sound, etc. This type of physical entity can be transformed and change the material self-inductance or mutual inductance, and based on this the change of magnetic characteristics of an electrical circuit in response to a measurement which may be displacement, velocity or acceleration, it can be calculated. Okay, Variable inductive transducer can be classified into types. One is self-generating, where which can be again further classified into electromagnetic, electrodynamic, and eddy current type. And another one is passive type, which can be further classified into variable reluctance, mutual inductance, and differential type of transducer. Okay, then we are going to study about the LVDT. We have already studied about LVDT. LVDT is nothing but linear variable differential transformer, which is a very common type electromechanical transducer, which actually converts the rectilinear motion of an object which is coupled mechanically into a corresponding electrical signal. The main advantage of the LVDT transducer over other type of displacement transducer is the high degree of robustness, because there is no physical contact across the sensing element, there is no wear in the sensing element. Okay, in case of LVDT, there is some certain advantage like high range, no frictional loss, high input and high sensitivity, low hysteresis, but there are some disadvantage also. And the output voltage of an LVDT is a linear function of core displacement, and you can see the linear curve which actually shows the output voltage varies linearly with the displacement of core. So thank you for watching this video. If you find any problem regarding any kind of at any point of this video, please write it down to me under the comment section. Please like my video, share if you can, and please subscribe my channel for getting more and more update. Thank you.